everybody. So we are here at the office today, and I have Katie who is joining me, and Katie is from the Badlands Choice Clinic. So I'm going to let you kind of talk first of all about what the clinic is and just kind of give us some detail.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for hosting me on your Facebook page.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if every nonprofit has a villain, a food bank is fighting hunger. What's the villain that arose that our nonprofit came to address? And really, we just really want to walk alongside women who are facing unplanned pregnancy. And the villain would be that a woman in that situation would feel alone, trapped, unsupported, and like she doesn't have a choice. So our goal is to meet women facing unplanned pregnancy right in the midst of that experience, and to help them to know that they're strong and that they're supported and that they have options.
So what kind of services do you guys provide at the clinic, like specific services?
Good question. So we're a medical clinic. Dr. Thomas Arnold is our medical director.
Awesome.
So he's at CHI, but he oversees our operations at the clinic as well.
Okay.
So we have registered nurses that work under his direction. So we have standing orders from Dr. Arnold to be able to provide pregnancy testing, decision-making services.
Okay.
We use a really well-respected tool that just helps people through that decision-making process, because it can just be so emotionally overwhelming.
Absolutely.
And so we want to help people really find their voice and make the decision that's going to be best for them, and to really know that truly all options are on the table. So we use that tool to help people that way. We're really excited about that one, because we've really seen it be impactful for people, and they can fill it out with their partner. So it helps them get from their emotions to their values, and just really helps them open the communication between each other so that they can make
And I love that you said it's the best choice for them, because you don't want them to make a decision that they're going to regret later. So it's like, let's really look at this.
Yeah, it's huge. It's life-changing.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a crisis, but it's life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whatever they decide is going to impact them, and we're there for them no matter what. And we want them to have the evidence-based medical information
absolutely
that's going to empower their decision. So that's in part why we also offer limited OB ultrasound.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I love that you guys do that. So.
Yeah, it's a really important service, because just because you have a positive pregnancy test doesn't mean that you have a viable pregnancy. You could have an ectopic pregnancy, it could be a molar pregnancy, you could just be having a miscarriage. And a certain percentage of those early pregnancies do just spontaneously miscarry. Yes. And so that OB ultrasound gives you the information of, do I have an intrauterine pregnancy? Is baby in the womb? Is the heart beating? And then approximately how far along am I based on measurements? Sometimes dates are hard to track.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
we know that as moms.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the limited OB ultrasound is really helpful, and our nurses went through some pretty extensive training. They did a 4-day classroom training, and then they also did over 50 supervised scans with a registered sonographer who really made sure. This summer we had pregnant moms coming in back to back, and they just practiced. They had 7 days total this summer where kind of exhausted them, but they really built their skills, and we actually have an ongoing need for women that are willing to let us practice. So any expected moms out there, give us a call, we'll plug you in.
So how do people get a hold of you guys?
So if someone's interested in our services as a client, they can actually request an appointment right through our website.
Oh, very cool.
So there's
easy
just
access
a button to click that way, and then they would get a response from us either through email or a phone call as they prefer to set up a time. And then they can always call the clinic 483-9353.
Awesome. And you guys have what I love. So because I've had people who have come to our prenatal classes and stuff like that, and people get points, right? Basically, and they can spend the points in this cute shop. So it's got all brand new diapers, wipes, clothes, blankets, you name it, right? You guys have so many of the necessities, the things that are not like wants, but needs, right?
Sure.
So do I still need donations for that kind of stuff?
We do, yes. So there's the medical kind of arm of our group, and then the educational branch that you're speaking to. So we call it the Earn While You Learn program.
Love it.
So we kind of culled the best of the best resources on a variety of topics, from prenatal education to parenting afterwards to communicating with your significant other. And we're able to tailor that education to that mom and that couple. And then they earn points that they can cash in at the baby boutique. So
awesome.
So new items, diapers are always in need, and then gift cards are actually a great donation to us, because then we can turn those over. So we don't take anything that has an expiration date, like a car seat.
Right.
So some of those big ticket items they can get themselves with a gift card.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So anything else that we need to know about the Badlands Choice Clinic? I know there was something I was going to say.
Okay.
The fertility awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because that's huge. And this is so that women know really how their bodies are working. Like,
absolutely.
High school, it's super important, because you will end up knowing, like, when something isn't quite right.
Absolutely.
This is so great to be able to know.
Right? Yeah. So we partner with an international women's health organization called FEMM. FEMM. It stands for Fertility Education Medical Management. So the idea is to give some in-depth teaching to young single women who about endocrinology and how their hormones work, so that they can track their health, as you were saying. Yeah. And then, oh, by the way, you can also use this information to plan your family.
Yeah.
So they've worked with a web developer. There's actually an app. It's not just a period tracker. It's really to get a more in-depth understanding of where you're at in your healthy cycle every month, so that you have that information.
Yeah, and you know when something's off.
Right.
Too. You're like, this is how it's always been. Now, so it's always good to start early with that kind of stuff versus like later. Well, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Right?
And there's a lot of education that goes with that with STIs. Just to teach young women that their fertility is a gift, not to be taken for granted. And if they want to have children down the road, how can I protect my fertility now?
Awesome.
To understand some of that. I mean, if you have chlamydia, which often has no signs or symptoms, that if you have it 5 times in your lifetime, your fallopian tubes can be closed. If you're not treated for it. So it's really serious.
Yeah.
So the FEMM training we're receiving the training this fall, and then we'd be in a position in January to start not only incorporating that into our clinical practice, but to be able to work with a small group, whether that's through a church or through a high school or at the college, whatever, we'd be equipped to offer classes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So anything else? Sorry, because I totally interrupted you with your
that's fine. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and if any of this inspires you and you want to give me money, I won't say no.
Right? You can always take donations, whether gift cards, monetary, whether it's something for the baby boutique. It's a great organization to help out, I think.
Thank you. I guess the only last thing, what's coming up next for us, is that we'll be adding STI testing and treatment in January.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that too.
Yeah. One more thing to offer.
That's right.
So, well, thank you so much, Katie, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Maybe we'll see you again down the road. So
all right.
have a great day, everybody.